Hi, in this video, I'm going to use the filter function on the array object to delete rows. I got a running code that already uses splice to delete data, but I have commented that code and I'm going to rewrite this using the filter function on the array object. So I'm going to write an arrow function here rather than the function based keyword code. So I'm going to say delete data equal to then the arrow function. Then what I'm going to do here is I already have an index on the row, so I'm going to make the person list, which is an array object. Instead of splice, I'm going to use filter. So it's going like it goes like this: person list dot value dot, because it's a ref object in Vue, you have to add value dot filter. This is a JavaScript function filter of. Then I can iterate this with, for example, a person. So in person, so you say person dot, I already have the I don't have a row index, so I can add that. I can add the row index. So I don't have an ID. Let me do that first. So here I can say, instead of when I'm adding a row, I can add an ID property. Just checking for the add data. So here I'll say ID, and I can say math dot array tom comma. Okay, so now I can pass this ID instead of the index. So for example, if I have the index, I can say person dot ID now. So this becomes the key. So now when I go here, so delete data. So when I select the row, I can say I don't need to have the row ID, but this index can now point to ID. So it will hold the ID, corresponding ID for the row. So that way row ID now has the randomly generated ID for each row when you select that row. So when you go here, you will have the row ID dot value will have only one row selected at that point. So I will say person dot ID not equal to row ID dot value, because we want to return the array list without that particular row. So I am just putting a condition that way, so that I'm filtering that alone and returning the same person list. So let's see how this goes, but before that I have to assign this, because you're filtering and then that has to be assigned to the same object. So now I have that assigned. Let me see how this works. I go to the UI and I have to add a couple of rows first. Just add one, then just try to delete that once I add it. So I add it. So add is fine. I don't have any issues. Once I select, it gets selected. That's an existing functionality. Now I delete it. Yeah, that goes off. I have to clear these values. I'll do that also simultaneously. So this is the same logic as what I have in add data. I want to clear off those controls because it doesn't make any sense to have those values. So this can have, the arrow function can have multiple lines of code. So I just put this here. So that should work and solve the problem. So that's all I wanted to cover. So in this video, I covered the delete operation using filter function of array instead of splice. Splice is also a way to do it, but filter seems more in line with map and reduce that I've already used in my other parts of the same application. Hope this is useful. Thank you.